Hi, I'm Mercedes Gonzalez, and I'm here to talk to you today about putting together your business plan, or I should say, not putting together your business plan. So I know it's kind of a little radical thought that I'm telling you that business plans, especially for designers, are pretty much redundant and useless. So I should tell you my background first. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I have read many a business plan for investors and for bankers, and by education I'm also an economist. So I think I have pretty good authority and at least experience on why I'm telling you that business plans are not a good idea. So let's look at the first thing. Why do people actually write business plans? For two reasons, basically. One, to get money, loans from banks, from investors, for venture capitalists. And the second reason is to map out a game plan. Now, the first reason is, and this is the harsh truth, nobody's going to lend you money to start this fashion line. Nobody. Unless mom and dad or rich uncle, something of that nature. But you don't need a formal business plan for them. So let's talk about putting together what we call a concept book. And a concept book is really like the general idea of a business plan. You don't have 5-year projections in a concept book because, truth be told, you cannot predict 6 months from now in fashion, nevertheless 5 years from now. I mean, think about 5 years in the past. There was no Facebook, there was no email marketing, there was so many tools that we have available to us weren't available then, even internet sales. So in your concept book, you're going to have the idea of the collection. You're going to state very clearly who your target market is. And please don't be general and say something like, it's a t-shirt collection for the urban male in the United States. That's not enough. Know who the retailers are. This is a really important factor and something that's missing not only from the business plans, but from the designer's point of view. You need to know what are the retailers that you're going to be selling the collection, what their price points are, and who your competition is. Another way of saying that is, who do you hang with? We have another video on YouTube called List of 100, how to get that list of 100 retailers. So there's a little clip on how to do that. Where and how are you going to get your designs developed? If you're not a designer, if you can't sketch, if you can't do CADs, this is an important part that you have to think about. How will you seek factories? How will you get the factories to partner with you and make your samples and make your production for you? And how will you do the sales? The big picture is really important too. How are you going to roll out, and how are you going to develop a collection that's branded where you can eventually license? So be warned, you can make numbers say anything. So looking at statistics, looking at demographics, they lie to you. They only give us a number, but they don't tell us the why. I know plenty of people who live in million-dollar homes and drive a new car and have 2 kids in private school, but those are the people that are shopping at Target because they're completely maxed out and have no disposable income. Don't trust the good advice of your friends and your family. I have seen many examples of family being really well-intentioned and your friends being well-intentioned, but the math and the business part of it is lacking. Perfect example, you can Google on YouTube, Tassel Me. This woman who came up with the idea of Tassel Me is a multi-million-dollar businesswoman, sharp as a tack. But all of her friends told her what a great idea her one belt was, and she spent millions of dollars on infomercials and on this product and its development and never got any results. And don't kid yourself. Like, you can't lie to yourself to make the plan sound promising. This is an email that I received from a young designer, and she describes her collection as a contemporary activewear and intimate apparel for men and women. That is way too much going on just starting the line. Unlike our competitors, we specialize in stylish and protective clothing for people who lead active lifestyles. Really? You mean like Lululemon, Nike, Athea, and Prana? They offer all of that. Designs of activewear with sweat and moisture protection. This is not a new concept. This has been around for a long time. Our clothing are reusable. What exactly does that mean? I'm not sure. I don't think that she was using the right word, because all clothing, in my opinion, is pretty much reusable. Fashionable, unlike our competitors, disposable models. Do I need to go there? Obviously this person was over exaggerating her potential and market share and didn't do her homework. I bet you if we speak to her, a lot of the information was gathered from family and friends. So you will need some numbers. You will need a startup cost, which includes your sample development, even traveling to some of the trade shows to get a really clear idea of what's happening in the industry. Your sales projections, how many units do you need to sell? What's the average sale of a boutique environment? And what is the average turnover, meaning how many times a year they're going to buy from you? And that's how you get your sales projections. Cash flow, each month what you'll be needing and how you plan on using it. And then of course, the number one math problem or numbers that you'll need is your break even. This is what's going to take all of your expenses, all of your production costs, minus the money that is paid to you and what's left at the end of the day. When you're at this point, it's a good idea to now talk to a financial person, especially to help you finance the production. So here's the simple plan. Make the samples, do your homework, go out there, go door to door, do email, do Facebook, sell your samples and put yourself into a cut to order position so that you manage the risk. If they sell, you have a business. If you don't sell, at least you have a good story and a lot of samples to call your own. So follow me, friend me, consider using us to review your concept book and your AKA business plan, and also consider taking a full day crash course with us. I'm Mercedes Gonzalez, and I hope that this has been helpful.